Hi everyone, it's Margaret here. I was asked to do a tutorial on the singed flower that I did on one of my wedding pillows, the one that was called Pretty in Pink. Had a beautiful like a peony flower on it. So a few ladies asked me to do a quick tutorial on how I made it. It's very simple. There are other tutorials on YouTube, and I just want to show you what I did. I have these templates that I've had forever and ever. I made them out of this styrofoam Bristol board, and I just cut out different sizes of circles, and I use them for a lot of my different craft projects. So for this project, I'm using 6-inch, I'm using 5-inch, I'm using 4.5, and 3 1/4 or 3 inches. So you want to have different sizes of these pieces that are cut out of a synthetic fabric. Now it should be either a synthetic satin. I'm using organza, but you want something that's not going to burn. Even these do burn, but they curl rather than actually go up in flames. So you want to make sure that they are synthetic fibers and not natural fibers. So let's get started. I've cut out 4 pieces, 4 circles in the 6-inch, in the 5-inch, 4.5, and the 3-inch, different sizes. And I've used a little bit of a contrasting color. I have the a nice dusty pink, and then I also have like a champagne. So when you mix them together, the layers together, the flower looks really natural. So what you do is you just cut them out. I've got, like I said, 4 pieces of each size, and then when I'm assembling it, I'll see if I need every single piece, but I like them full, so I do like to use as many layers as possible. So taking the 4 circles, and they don't have to be absolutely perfect, once you have them cut out, you want to cut them or slit them like a pie. And I use about 5 incisions. Again, they don't have to be perfect, but if you cut them like a like a pie, just by taking these little slits in, and these will actually form your petals, and don't have to go all the way in, but just enough to form a petal. Okay, so now you're going to have pieces that are cut and looking like this with all these dangly bits on it, and you're going to do that to each set. Now I just hold my 4 pieces together, and then I just make the cuts all at once rather than individually. So again, you're going to go in and cut pie shapes into triangles. Now you might want to do 5, depending on the size, 5, or the larger ones maybe 6. So that's that size. And now I have my 4 pieces of champagne, and I'm going to do the same thing with these ones. I'm going to line them up and then just cut the pie shape triangles in them. Very slippery. Okay. Okay, so there is that one. And then go on to your next size. And these are the tiny ones for the center. And then again, I'll judge later. It's been quite a while since I've made these, so I'll judge later if I need every single one of them or not. But again, like the more layers you have, the prettier the flower. I know the one that I made for the ring pillow was really a huge one. I think I might have even used a 7-inch circle for the base of that one. So here's the smaller one. And again, you don't have to have perfect triangles. There you see I've cut the slits in it. Okay, so now I have my my 4 different sizes of circles, as you can see. And we're going to start singeing them. Now, you can use a candle. Just be very careful because you don't want to burn your fingers. And a tea light is good, but just watch if you've got little ones around that you have to be really careful that they don't burn their fingers or you burn your fingers. So I use a votive candle, or you can use a tea light, whatever you have, any kind of candle, any kind of flame. So let me start with the larger size. And what you're going to do is you're going to grab the petal and turn it inward, like fold it inward, and then just pass it right above the flame. You don't have to have it right in the flame. Just one sec. You don't have to have it right in the flame. As you can see, just getting close to the flame is going to curl this. And you want to grab the ends and let them curl. Again, don't put it right through the flame. You can see the curl effect now that you're getting. And you go on and do every single one. Make sure they're curling up into the same direction. Wait, sorry guys. Again, if you just hold it over the flame, you'll see that it just starts to curl on its own. And don't worry if it's got a little bit of brown things on it. It's okay. It just adds to the contrast of the flower, and it will look fine. So you want to especially round off those pointed edges on the organza there. Just pass it through. Now again, if this was a natural fiber, they would not curl, but probably go up in flames. So I've done that before. So in this case, the cheaper fabrics work well. The synthetic ones, so that's that. And you just continue on burning letting the curl, the edges curl. Don't want any pointed edges. I don't like those. Now, of course, the closer you hold it into the heat, the more it's going to curl. Now, this is a little bit time consuming, so you have to be patient. Again, fold it upwards. And then start at one end and just pass it through above the flame, and you can see it just naturally curls itself up. And one more to go here. Again, the points, you want to round those off as much as you can. And they're curling up nicely. So that's your first layer actually. And you can see that it's they're all curled up. Now what happens when you lay these one on top of each other, it's going to start taking a really natural look to it and really pretty. So I'm going to continue and burn, and then I'm going to come back to you and show you the result when you have all the layers burned or singed and curled. Okay, so I'll be back to you in a minute. Just popping in, I'm continuing now. I've got the first 2 layers done, and now I'm starting the contrasting color. Again, folding each petal upwards and just passing it through the flame. What you're doing essentially is melting the polyester fibers in it, and that's what causes it to curl. So just continuing on with this champagne color, I guess you would call it. You can see how it curls. At least I hope you can see how it curls. Again, just fold upwards, fold the petal upwards and pass through lightly over the flame. You can just see it curling up. It looks like a big job, but I mean, they do go quickly. You know, once you've got your petals ready, they do go quickly. As you could see, that's already one one layer of the flower. So maybe I can catch a little bit more of that point there. Okay, I'm going to continue on and then I'll pop back in. Okay, I'm back. I've finished singeing all the petals and the layers are all ready to go. And you can see how fluffy and pretty they are. So we're going to start with the bottom layer. And just, I've got my little glue gun. I'm upstairs right now, so I'm working upstairs. So just using this little one here. But just very quickly, I'm going to place the petal down, a little dab of glue in the center, and then you try to stagger the petals so that they're not all lined up properly. And one little dab of glue will probably go a long way. You can just keep layering it at the bottom. I think I should have a craft space in every room of my house, because sometimes I feel like being downstairs, sometimes I feel like being upstairs. If the boys are upstairs, I don't want to be downstairs by myself sometimes, so sometimes I lug things up. Okay, so this is this is already the four pieces that forms the base. And now we'll go to the next layer. The next size up, again, there's 4 individual pieces. Just a little dab of glue in the center. And start again, center them and line them up, one on top of each other. And you can see it's starting to take shape. A little bit of glue, another one in the center, and the last one of that size can go on. And you can see already how beautiful that's looking. I'm going to add the contrasting color now in the champagne. So I'd have to just spread the leaves out a little bit because it starts to get really fluffy and full. Okay, hubby just walked in and I left a sign on the door. Quiet on the set, I'm filming, so he's just walking in now and cooperating so far. So here is the next layer in the champagne. And that's 1. And 2, and a little bit more glue. And don't be too fussy about centering them, because the petals will take a life of their own and they'll pop up anywhere they want to, so it doesn't have to be perfect. And the last one in the contrasting champagne, and that's tacked down in the middle. And that's layer number 2. So the final layer, we go back to the dusty rose. And again, you're just going to layer the set to the center and glue it down. And that's 1. And get a smaller one for the last. 2, and 3, and the final one. Make sure again the petals are curled upwards when you glue them down, and that's the last one. So there's your peony flower, and she's lovely. So now what we're going to do is just put the felt backing on, which I've already cut out. just glue it in the center so it's ready for your project. And of course, you have to put something in the middle to bling it up. What would any flower be without a little bling? So let's see, I've chosen a couple here. I think I'm liking this one, but it's got an earring back to it. Well, anyway, I'm not going to put anything right now, but I've got to deal with the backing of the brooches and everything. But this one's a nice one too. As you can see, if you put the centerpiece on it, it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous flower. So it really is simple to do. It just takes a little bit of time to burn the petals, but other than that, very simple. Once you've got your layers, all you do is glue it in and choose your center, and you're good to go. So I apologize, my tutorials are not very good. I'm not really keen on doing tutorials, but in response to some of your requests, I've done this one for you. So I hope it gives you an idea, and try it out, ladies. They're a lot of fun and they're really pretty. So thanks for watching. See you again soon. Bye for now.